Stefsonabudget. We are going to be setting up our December 29th budget, so our budget by paycheck. And yeah, I'm excited. This is technically going to be our magic paycheck, if you will. But it's on the 29th, so it's really kind of covering a lot of January's bills for me. So the biggest thing when it comes to like a magic paycheck for us is that typically means on that particular paycheck, like the third paycheck of the month, we still have to cover quite a bit of bills, all of our variable expenses. What we mostly see is a little bit of increase that we can put towards our debt and savings because we're not having to pay half of the mortgage. Technically I could, and then I would be making an extra mortgage payment once every year, but we're nowhere near a mortgage payoff journey. So we're definitely not doing that. We're going to utilize that extra money, this paycheck, to put towards our debt and our savings challenges. So while we still have quite a bit of expenses to cover, it's usually less than our typical expenses that we cover when we normally have just a 2 paycheck month. So hopefully that makes sense. Also, I just thought I would take some time to reintroduce myself. It's been a while since I've done that, and there's quite a few new folks here, which I'm so grateful for. Thank you so much for joining my channel and following along, and I'm hoping that we all have such amazing success in 2024. But my name is Stephanie. I am a wife, a mother, and a registered nurse. My husband and I both work full-time. We're both in healthcare. I'm a nurse. My husband works in anesthesia in the hospital OR setting. And so we both work a full-time job. We're both paid bi-weekly, typically on the same day. We have 4 children. Our oldest is our only boy. He lives out of the house on his own. And then our 3 daughters live at home with us now. Our oldest daughter is 20, and then we have 1 in high school, and our youngest is in the 2nd grade. So we've got all phases of life happening around here. We also have 2 dogs, an Australian Shepherd named Rocky and a little Yorkie named Duncan. But yeah, that's a little bit about us and what you'll typically see in our budgeting world. I started the Budget Mom method of budgeting in January of 2020. So this is going to be the start of my 4th year. We have had a lot of successes, a lot of failures. But before this, I had really never budgeted a day in my life, you guys. And we have accomplished so much. While we still have a pretty good amount of debt, we have also paid off a significant amount of debt over the 4 years and have reaccumulated, unfortunately, in some areas. But we've accomplished our main goal, which was home ownership, and we were able to, you guys, we were able to save, I'm talking no money in savings, no budget whatsoever. And within the first year, we had a down payment for a home, most of our debt paid off other than like vehicles. And yeah, so this method works. So if you're new to this kind of budgeting, you know, I would definitely encourage you to stick with it. It's not always perfect. Sometimes, you know, you have to make changes on the fly. But for us, I always say, man, I wish I would have done this sooner. But, you know, you can't go back in time. So we're here now, and that's the important thing. So that's a little bit about myself, my family, and the kind of budgeting you'll see. So typically I always do a paycheck budget with you guys. So you'll see that budget setup video about once every 2 weeks. And then I also like to do you know, cash stuffing videos, a lot of savings challenge videos, just anything budget related that I might be working on. And I just love watching all of your guys' channels. So if you're new here and you have a channel, comment down below, because I definitely love watching budgeting videos and finding new budgeters all the time. So I am a cash budgeter, so that means we stuff, real cash into all of our envelopes. I don't cash stuff bills, expenses. Those all come just right out of checking. So we just stuff like variable expenses and different savings and things like that. But yeah, I just thought I'd take some time to reintroduce myself for all the new folks. Thank you again so much for being here, and all of my returning subscribers. I just adore all of you, and I just appreciate all your support and love reading your comments and encouraging each other on. So let's jump on in. Technically, we are wrapping up this payday on December 29th. We just have one expense that's going to cover in December, and then the rest is going to be all this highlighted in blue in January. I spent this week, I was really behind. I set up my spread for January, and while I was here, I went ahead and did February as well, just to get myself a little bit ahead because I've been slacking a little bit. But okay, let's jump on in, you guys. I'm going to flip to the Paycheck Budget Tracker. So I use the Budget Mom workbook, the printable version. It's significantly costs less than her physical workbook. I have used the physical workbook in the past and did love that, but now I use the printable, and I put it in a large happy planner on expander discs. I did do a video where I set this up, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out, and you'll be able to kind of see how I set my budget up for the year. But I really like the disc system because I'm left-handed, and so I can pull my pages off, and the rings and stuff are not in the way like a spiral bound notebook. But let's leave this guy out, and I'm going to move the budget book to the side just because, like I always say, it's big and bulky. So let me make some room here, and I'm going to grab our calculator also. Okay, so payday is the 29th, which is likely the day you're going to be seeing this video. And we are going to budget both mine and my husband's full-time paychecks. So pay 1 and pay 2. We are going to project for our minimum, which for pay 1 is $2,800 and for pay 2 is $1,700. So if we put that all together, it should be $45,000. And it is. Okay, so we're gonna be budgeting out $4,500 for this payday. Okay, our expenses. Now, our Apple Card is paid off, but we're gonna go ahead and budget that money into the expenses anyways as our debt snowball. So that is going to be on the 29th, and we budget $200 because that is what we used to pay on that card, which we paid off in July of this year. Okay, then we have my student loan payment, and that's due on the 2nd, and that's for $100. And then we are going to cash flow. The registration tags are due for our truck this month, and then next month they'll be due for our Subaru. So we're going to go ahead and cash flow for our truck tags this paycheck on the 2nd as well. And we're going to purchase 2 years of tags because this is a new vehicle. We've had it for a year now officially. So we definitely have no plans of getting rid of that. So we're going to purchase 2 years at $120. We then have our home internet due on the 3rd, and that is $60. Okay, now I'm gonna put in this Bank of America credit card. This is paid off. However, I think my husband used this for something. I'm not really sure what, but it has a balance of $49, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that paid off. Okay, and then we have our Tacoma. I think what this is he was maybe ordering something off of Amazon, and this is like one of his default payments, and so it went to that card or something along those lines. I'm not really sure. But we have to pay our truck payment, which is $1013. We are on a kind of like payment plan for our taxes. Well, we owed on our federal taxes last year, and the interest and stuff was killing me. So I went ahead and opened a 0% for 18-month credit card and paid those off. So now I'm paying off that credit card. And this is just our federal taxes on that. And it is going to get $50. We then have our natural gas bill for our home. That's due on the 8th, and that is $126 this month, which is not bad. I thought it would be higher, so we'll see. But it's been crazy warm. Today's the 28th, and it's really nice outside even today. It's crazy. Okay, and then on the 10th, we are going to make a payment towards our personal loan, and the minimum payment on that is $150. And this is our current debt that we're working on. And then we also have our home electric bill, and this actually jumped up a little bit, about $30 from the last couple of months. And it's because my husband pretty much like lives in the garage. It's like his man cave. We really want to put like a mini split in there because he's out there year round. So, you know, we have really hot summers at 100+ degrees here, and it gets pretty chilly in the winter when you're outside. So in the meantime, like in the wintertime, he runs a space heater, and that thing sucks up energy like you wouldn't believe. So that's what that increase is from. So we are going to budget $197 for our electric bill. And that is it for our expenses this time. So let's go ahead and add that all up, you guys. Okay, so it looks like $2,065. So this is where that like magic month really comes in, because our normal fixed expenses range from $3,000 to $3,200 per paycheck. So that's where we're really seeing the break, even though we're covering quite a few expenses still. So if we take that minus our $4,500, that leaves us with $2,435. So we're going to bring that down here, and we're going to then break this out for our variable expenses. Not a lot of change happening here, you guys. Sorry, get that out of the way. We've got groceries is going to get its usual $300. We are going to put money into Costco, and I'm going to put its usual $200. We're going to budget for gas for our vehicles at $150. Wait, is that what I want to do? I knocked it down last time. No, I don't want to do that. I knocked it down last time to $150. Normally we budget $175 because I'm off until the 2nd, so I'm going to be returning back to work and will be driving for a lot of visits. So I'm going to bump it back up to $175. We then do miscellaneous, $40 there. Like house and beauty stuff is $40. Okay. We do spending, and we do $360, which is quite a bit for spending. But if you're new here, what we do with this is $100 goes to each myself and my husband, and that's yours. You do what you want. Nobody's tracking it. And then the remainder we use for girls' lunch money, spending money for Lily because she's a teenager and she's always needing money for something. So I will pull from here. Also, we have like a lot of sporting events that are pretty expensive to get into. I'm talking like $10 to $20 per adult. So we will pull from that as well. And Lily and Kennedy both have a lot of wrestling and cheer coming up in January. So we'll probably be using a lot of that. We also pay for drinking water, and that's $38 we budget. We're gonna budget for our pets, $25, and then we also budget for takeout, and we budget $100 for that. So let's add up the variable expenses, see where we're at. Okay, let's try that again. 300, 200. Oh, okay, 1278, that was right. Oh, it's because of the gas. I thought, so I was anticipating that to be a little bit lower, but that makes sense. All right, this is just in my way with my left-handedness. Okay, oops. So we're gonna take the 2435 minus our variable expenses, and that leaves us $1,157, which is a ton more money than we normally have. So we're gonna go ahead and come up here to the sinking funds and savings. And we have a month ahead binder we're going to stuff. We're going to go ahead and start working on Christmas for 2024. I know that seems crazy, but we start right at the beginning of the year to start saving for Christmas the following year. Sometimes it's kind of a bummer because you just finish like depleting that and spending all kinds of money, and the last thing you want to be doing is putting more money to Christmas, but we spend quite a good chunk, so the better, you know, the earlier jump we can get for us, the better. Okay, then we have our regular savings challenges. We have a binder of savings challenges that go specifically towards debt that we're working on. And then I'm also going to stuff the birthday fund, sinking fund. So January is my birthday month, and the Hubs and I did exchange a single gift for each other for Christmas. You know, at Christmas time, we get so much from my parents and our older kids. So we try to focus our Christmas money back to our, you know, our family. And so my husband, he's already been saying, he's like, but I'm going to be spending money for your birthday, so you better figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and put money towards that. Okay, so our month ahead gets $33 a pay, and I am actually going to take advantage of this magic month, and we're going to do a normal, you know, we normally do 33. I'm going to go ahead and double it and do 66. Christmas is going to get $100. Savings challenges, I think I'm going to do 300 towards savings and 300 towards our debt binder, and then I'm going to put 100 towards the birthday sinking fund. So let's see what that gives us. That's $866. Okay, 3, 6, 7, 8, 66. Yep. Okay, and if we take that from the 1157, that leaves us with 291, and that's going to come down here to our debt, and we're going to go ahead and put 200 towards our debt, which is awesome because if you, I know it looks funny, but if you really, you know, our main financial goal is debt payoff. So you always want your pay to reflect your priority. So our personal loan is what we're working to pay off. So I've got the minimum payment here. I've got 300 going into the debt binder, another 200 going here. So that's like almost $700 going towards that debt in one pay. So that tells me, okay, we have a lot of extra, but we're really focusing it where it should be going. So I'm happy with that, which leaves us with $91. I'm going to drop that down to extra savings. And this is going to go into my checking buffer that I'm trying to rebuild. So that is going to take the last of our money and bring us to a zero-based budget, you guys. So we have all of our income, fixed expenses accounted for, variable expenses, savings, and debt all accounted for, and that is every dollar spent. I do budget the minimum that we expect to see on our pay, so there could be a slight variance in that. We'll know usually by Thursday evening our paychecks hit the account. I can typically see my pay stubs on Thursday, but I'm I'm not back to work until the 2nd, and I've been off since the 22nd, so everything's all shut down and I wasn't about to log in there. So, all right, my friends, that is the budget for our magic month. So this is our magic pay for December. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. Thanks for joining me for another budget, my friends. If you'll give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already below, if you're catching a video for the first time, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.